Hey there, Latin 2. So let's take a look at the glossary in review 11. So at the very top of page 251, well, at the middle of 251, is nego, negare, negawi, negatum. And that's to say that something is not happening. In other words, to negate it, right? To deny it. So there's that one. Then turn the page. This is going to take a couple videos. So we've got nepos, nepotis. This is where we get the word nepotism. Okay, and here it means grandson. Caesarea, Caesareae. This is Caesarea. This is one of many towns that are named this. This is the one that happens to be in Palestine. Hierosolima, Hierosolimorum. So this is a neuter plural. Again, most towns, most cities are either feminine or neuter. And this is Jerusalem. It's because the Romans didn't have a J and they mispronounced things. If you look back at old maps, you'll see Peking instead of Beijing. You'll see Bombay instead of Mumbai. The English are really good at that too. Basically, if you've got the weapons, you can call people whatever you want to. It's mean, but it's true. Meminise, just translated as to remember. It's a really odd verb. Horeo, horere, horui. This is to shudder or to be unwilling, like I shudder to think of the idea. Luctus, luctus. This means grief or mourning here. Okay. Judaiorum. This is the Judeans, the Jews. These are the people that the Romans are oppressing in this part of the world under Vespasian and many emperors thereafter and before. Quadraginta. This means 40. Let's see. Procurator, procuratoris. This is a governor. Okay, this is the curator on behalf of the Roman Empire, the procurator. Judaei. This is the town and the province of Judea. Paulo means a little. This is adverbial here. Festus aum. This is someone who is celebrating a festival or just the description of a day that is a festival day. Sanctus aum. This means sacred, sanctified, right? Res divina, re divinae. This is a religious site, religious rite. These are religious things. These are, you carry things out the right way. You stand in the proper spot, you say the proper words, you supplicate the proper gods, etc. Okay. Munitus aum. This means fortified. It's where you get munitions from. Let's see. Herodes. This is the King Herod. There were several of them. This is the one who was around. I think this is the first Herod, actually. This might have been the first one. I don't know my Eastern Roman Empire that well, to be honest. Solomon, Solomonis. This is the son of David, this third king of Israel. This is Solomon. Archis. This is a citadel. This is a, it's like you have the wall and it's the part that people shoot things down from. It's more protected. It's like a keep. Excitio esse. This is to be a source of destruction. So just translate it exactly as it is. Okay. Diversus aum. Obviously, you get the word diverse from this, right? But this is versus, which is to turn, and it's di, so to turn away from. So in other words, they're opposed or they're different from each other. Dux, ducis. This means leader. We've seen this. It can mean general. But in this instance, it means leader. Legio, legionis. This is a legion. It's a feminine, by the way. It's a group of men. It's feminine. This is a legion. Castra ponera. This is to pitch camp because you're placing, and then castra is plural. It's a neuter plural. You're placing tents everywhere. You're pitching your camp. Proelium, proelii. This is a battle. Utrimque, this means on both sides. Fames, famis, this is feminine, and it means hunger or starvation. That's where we get famine from. Vires, virium, this is the strength, the manlinesses, the military forces, the amount of legions that you have. Obsidio, obsidionis, this is a siege. This is the noun for it, okay? So we've seen the verb, obsideo. This is the noun, and notice it's io, ionis, it's feminine. Ferunt. Ferunt means they carry or they bear, and if they bear from long time ago, tradition carries it down to us, means they say. Mos moris, this means custom. In this particular instance, it can also mean character, especially if it's in the plural, okay? But essentially, this is where we get the word moral from. Sacra, sacrorum, these are religious rites, yet another way of putting it. This is where we get Sacramento, actually. Ulus aum, I love it because we know that nullus aum means no, so ulus aum is any. Sedes sedes, sedes sedis, this is the center of activity. This is usually like the hub of the city. It also could mean settlement or seat or safe home. Seditio seditionis, this is rebellion, which I love that it's a feminine, it's the io ionis, but it's so closely related to sedes, right? So you're doing it from within. Aliter means differently. Sapiens sapientis, this means wise or a wise man. So this could be the adjective, but here it's being used substantively. And then pius aum means dutiful, worshipful, doing the proper things to the gods. And then you've got a whole bunch of verbs down here. Refero, refere, retule, relatum. We've seen that one before, to bring back. Also can mean to report or to write down. Refugio, refugero, refugi, which is to recoil, because you're fleeing back. Recipio, recipera, recepi, receptum. This is to recapture or to receive. Okay, so you can take something back. This is capio, to grab back. That's where you get reception from, right? Refugio, you obviously get refugee. Relatum, you get relate. Circum do, circum dare, circum dedi, circum datum. This means to surround, because you're giving around something, okay? So you're surrounding it. Obviously, circum, right? Pereo, perire, perii, periturum. This is to perish, is literally where you get the word from. But it's eo ire, which means to go. To thoroughly go means to die. And then abstraho, abstrahera, abstraxi, abstractum. This is to drag away or to carry off, okay? And it's where we get abstract from. You're carrying ideas out of something, okay? What I want you to do is review 9A, B, C, and D, okay? For 9A and B, do it just like they ask. For 9C and D, I want infinitive trees, okay? All right, I'm going to hit the button.